it's quite interesting. Just like you rightly said, a whole lot is happening in insurance, and a whole lot will happen rest of this year. And I'm looking at how they're going to market some of their packages to the average citizens. Because whether you like it or not, people frown, if not that it's an enforcement or it's a law. I'm sure people will not have car insurance. If not that, that's part of the things, the VIO and the road safety will ask you for. We don't want to do car insurance. And what they do is not even the first grade and all that.
This is Souk Business Landscape. Hello, good morning and welcome to SBL. We're reaching you live from Souk News Television. We are here in Lagos and the world. It's our theater. Thank you very much for being there through Monday. It's a beautiful Wednesday and I'm glad to tell you once again, I have the Knight here with me to be part of today's discourse. So it's going to be quite a very robust one. Good morning, Olumide.
Good morning, Chucks. Good morning. Welcome to Souk Business Landscapes. Glad to be here. It's quite funny. On Monday, we were still talking about transportation hikes and all that, and now we're seeing the hikes in fuel price. I don't know what the yellow buses will be saying, but definitely they will be smiling at this point. But well, let's see how it goes. It's I'm still optimistic.
Okay. We believe that things can only get better. We believe that. But hey, it is what it is. So we get straight to the stories on ground. NGX, that's the Nigerian Stock Exchange. That's the NGX. They closed higher as banking stocks lead. Remember, 2 days ago, the banking stocks went. They didn't go green. So a lot of people were saying, what's happening? Just profit taking. But now the big boys are back on the green. Trading on the Nigerian Exchange Limited ended on a very strong note on Monday, with key sectoral indices posting gains. Banking, oil and gas, and consumer goods stock led the advance, reflecting renewed investor appetite. Now, market data showed the all-share index rose to 195,514.23 points from 192,826.78 recorded on Friday. Market capitalization, I'm always smiling when I get there, climbed to 125.49 trillion. Thank you very much. Now, it went up from 123.76 trillion in the previous season, reinforcing the bullish sentiment we are witnessing. Now, trading activity was mixed as volume declined 4.12% to 789.9 million units traded, while total value edged up 0.94% to 35.08 billion naira. Now let's get to see specifics. Fortix Global Insurance led the volume chart with 109.1 million units. We've talked about insurance. They have started making those rounds. While Aradel, you remember they still have this modular refinery and they are up there. Now they topped value trades by 6.1 billion naira. I look at the figures, I look at the companies, and what really gladdens my heart is that these particular companies are Nigeria-owned companies which produce their goods and services locally.
Yes.
For the insurance companies, we keep telling you a lot is going to happen in that particular sector this year.
Yes, a lot.
Going with what is happening with the insurance bill, with the tax reforms, a whole lot is going to happen in that particular sector. A lot of reforms are happening already. Then, for the banking people, if you don't have a banking share right now, what will you advise somebody to do?
Well, financial advice, I discourage people because when the rain starts to fall, they will come for you. So it's not a financial advice, but of course, it's good to ensure everything. Plan for the future, plan for the rainy day, because this life, there are ups and downs and all that. Yesterday, some investors were pulling out profits and today they are back again. And, one of the things they look at the oil and gas sector, they look at the banking sector, they look at consumer goods. These are places, oil, and so these are places that are moving market, just like you said. And it's a good thing that they are all Nigerian-owned companies. That is why a whole lot of people is, excited about the Dangote, offer and all that. it's quite interesting. Just like you rightly said, a whole lot is happening in insurance, and a whole lot will happen rest of this year. And I'm looking at how they're going to market some of their packages to the average citizen, because whether you like it or not, people frown. If not that it's an enforcement or it's a law, I'm sure people will not have car insurance. If not that, that's part of the things, the VIO and the road safety will ask you for. We don't want to do car insurance, and what they do is not even the first grade and all that. But I want to see how the insurance company would open up, like I always call it, the floodgates of heaven, and say they have a whole lot of packages they can offer to Nigerians, education, this, that, because people think that, oh, I have to wait till I, quote unquote, die before someone else enjoys what I've, told for. So that's the mentality that we seem to always have. But there are a whole lot of other, things. Abroad, people insure their bodies. They go do some, readjustment to their bodies and they insure it. People insure a whole lot of things, phones and all that. So it's not just about, oh, I have to wait till I die, then someone inherits this, that. You can insure your child's future education.
Let's start with the specifics. Medical insurance.
Medical insurance.
That's mandatory outside this country.
Yes.
You need medical insurance to be attended to in the hospital, because
in hospitals, if you go out in the US, they'll ask you, that's the first thing, your social security number, before they will even attend you. And it's even more expensive if you do not have health insurance outside. It's ridiculously expensive. That's why, people living outside will tell you when you're coming to Canada and the rest of them, please bring Nigerian drugs. Because that's how expensive, medical healthcare is. And, and a lot of people have come to talk about how we can do, even Mokhtar Lami has talked about how if Nigerians can pay as little as 10,000 every month, they'll be entitled to medical insurance and all that. Because we don't pray to fall sick. We feel falling sick is diabolical, it's demonic, but it's inevitable. Let me put it that way. It's inevitable. When it happens, nobody plans for it, but when it happens and there's a medical, you need an emergency. This is where insurance comes in. They need to operate. They need to do some certain things. You need to go for some certain tests. This is where, health insurance comes in. And I cannot overemphasize the importance of it. If we can get every single Nigerian, in fact, from infant, as you are born, a medical insurance should be opened for you. Immediately you are given birth. It should be part of the criteria. We'll have a healthier society.
Yeah, once the parents are insured, once the parents have the medical insurance, health insurance, the children are covered.
Yes,
that's supposed to be what it is. A whole lot of policy has gone down and are still there to implement this. We just want to see wider coverage, not just among people that are white-collar jobs or government workers, but also people in private sector, but not official private sector. Yes. The market woman should be able to just go out there and buy.
Many are workers, the cleaners and all.
Lagos State has one and it's open to everybody.
Yes.
So, hey, let's try and utilize the opportunities right in front of us.